Hello everyone. I'm assuming if you're watching this video, your child has been awarded a Texas Education Freedom Account, or TEFA, for the current school year. Congratulations! We are very excited about the opportunities this program provides for LCS families, but we also know that it can be a little confusing as we are all learning as we go with this new program. So in this video, I want to give you a practical overview of how to use your TEFA funds at Longview Christian School. There are 4 main things I want to talk about. Number 1, using TEFA funds to pay your LCS tuition and eligible fees. Number 2, using TEFA funds to pay for school lunches. Number 3, using TEFA funds to pay for mosaic fees, if applicable. Number 4, using TEFA funds to purchase approved uniforms and school supplies through the TEFA marketplace. So let's get started. Your TEFA funds are not deposited into your personal bank account, and you don't receive a debit card that you can use anywhere you want. Instead, your child's TEFA funds are held in an account administered through Odyssey, the organization working with the Texas Comptroller to administer the program. You will use your Odyssey parent account to manage your child's TEFA funds and authorize eligible purchases. The important thing to remember is that the money belongs to your child, not to LCS. You get to decide how those funds are used, as long as they are used for expenses that are approved under the TEFA program. For the 2026-2027 school year, private school students receive their TEFA funds in installments. The first installment is 25% of the award. Another 25% comes October 1st, and the remaining 50% comes February 1st. So you will not have the entire award available in your account at one time. So let's start with the biggest expense for most families: tuition. LCS has submitted the appropriate tuition and eligible charges through the TEFA system for each child. Most of you have logged into your Odyssey account and authorized the payment from your child's TEFA funds. If you haven't done this, please log in and take care of it. So if you're a TEFA family, you do not need to write a check to LCS for the portion of your tuition that you want to pay with TEFA funds. Instead, you'll use the Odyssey system to authorize LCS to receive those funds. One important thing to understand is that your TEFA award may not cover your entire tuition bill. This might occur if you spend too much of your TEFA money on supplies, uniforms, therapies, etc. It might also happen if your child is in the Mosaic program and you didn't receive extra funding for special services from the state. If there is a remaining balance after your TEFA funds are applied, you are still responsible for paying that remaining balance through your normal LCS payment plan. Your fax payment plan will dictate the total amount you owe to LCS. As you send money through Odyssey to pay tuition, your fax balance will decrease. We will adjust the timing of amounts due in fax later in the year if necessary to ensure that late charges are not accrued if we are waiting for Odyssey to release the funds. Also, TEFA funds can be used for certain eligible school fees in addition to tuition. This includes the registration and curriculum fee, which is included in your fax tuition bill, and the athletic fee for upper school athletes. The second area I want to explain is school lunch. The state allows TEFA funds to be used for meals provided by a participating private school during the school day. At LCS, that means eligible school lunch charges can be paid with your child's TEFA funds. The process for lunch payments is similar to tuition. The school will submit the eligible charges through the TEFA system, and you will authorize the payment through your Odyssey account. Unfortunately, we do not yet have access to adding lunch charges in the Odyssey system. That capability has been delayed. For now, families who indicated a desire to use a portion of their funds on lunches through the TEFA fund allocation form sent to parents, they will have a portion of their first allocation added to the lunches instead of tuition. Later, when we can add lunch charges in Odyssey, we will ensure that lunches and tuition are covered as you requested in your form. The Mosaic program provides instruction and support services for students with learning differences or the need for a more personalized educational path. In order to pay the specialized teachers who work with students in smaller environments and one-on-one settings, we must charge additional tuition for these services. These charges are TEFA approved. Some of you even qualified for additional funding over the normal amount to help cover these costs. If your child has learning differences but only received the standard $10,474 award, check with the Mosaic program staff to find out how you can access increased TEFA funding next year. If your child is a part of the elementary Mosaic program, your Mosaic tuition was probably included in what LCS submitted to Odyssey. For most of you, the charges were set before we entered amounts into the Odyssey system. You will know this is the case if the tuition is greater than the normal $8,500 or $8,900. If your child is a part of the upper school Mosaic program, your Mosaic tuition likely was not established when tuition was entered into the Odyssey system, and therefore not entered. There may be some cases where these general rules do not apply, especially for families who are new to LCS or new to the Mosaic program. Either way, if Mosaic charges have not been added in Odyssey, they will be added as soon as the system allows. They will be added in the same way that lunch charges will be added. Thank you for your patience. Now, let's talk about something that many parents are excited about: using TEFA funds to purchase uniforms and educational supplies. Required school uniforms are an eligible TEFA expense. This includes required items such as shirts, pants, skirts, shorts, and required PE uniforms. However, not everything that has an LCS logo on it is necessarily an eligible TEFA purchase. For example, the state specifically says that non-essential items such as spirit wear, jewelry, hair accessories, and Letterman jackets are not approved uniform expenses. Additionally, because of sales tax laws related to TEFA, you are not able to use your TEFA money on any uniforms or clothing purchased directly from the school, including Thursday shirts, sweatshirts, and used uniforms. You can shop for eligible uniforms and school supplies through the TEFA marketplace. To do that, log into your Odyssey account and go to your wallet or marketplace. You'll be able to browse approved vendors and eligible products and make purchases directly through the system. Global Graphics here in Longview is supposed to offer LCS uniforms with the logo included on the marketplace, but that has unfortunately been delayed. Instead, you can buy plain uniform polos on the marketplace from any vendor and take them to Global Graphics to have the logo added. The important thing here is don't purchase an item with your personal credit card and then expect TEFA to reimburse you. TEFA is designed to pay approved expenses through the program's approved purchasing process. You should use the marketplace and the purchasing options provided through Odyssey rather than making an outside purchase and asking for reimbursement. There are many other educational expenses that may be eligible for TEFA funds. The official TEFA program lists expenses such as textbooks and instructional materials, required uniforms, private tutoring, educational therapies, certain transportation costs, approved educational technology, and other qualifying educational services and materials. The TEFA Marketplace will show you approved vendors and products. That's important because not every product sold by a participating vendor is necessarily an eligible TEFA expense. The marketplace is designed to help you identify products and services that have been approved. If you're ever unsure whether something qualifies, check the TEFA guidelines or contact Odyssey before sending the money. Now, let me give you a few final reminders. First, keep track of your TEFA balance. Your child's funds are there for you to use throughout the school year, and you should pay attention to how much is available and when additional installments will be deposited. Second, remember that TEFA funds belong to your child. You are making decisions about how those funds are spent, but they can only be used for approved educational expenses. Third, don't assume that something is eligible simply because it is related to school. There are specific rules governing what TEFA will pay for. When in doubt, check before making the purchase. And finally, don't panic if the process seems confusing at first. This is a brand new program for Texas, and we're all learning how it works. The Odyssey system is new to parents and schools alike. If you're having trouble with your Odyssey account, or if you have questions about the TEFA program itself, Odyssey is the appropriate place to get assistance. If your question is about an LCS charge, tuition, lunch, uniforms, or another school-specific expense, please email me at administrator@lcseagles.com, and I'll do my best to help you understand how that expense fits into the TEFA process. We are incredibly thankful for the opportunity TEFA provides to our families, and we're excited that so many LCS students have received awards this year. Our goal is to make this process as simple as possible for you and to help you get the maximum educational benefit from the funds available to your child. Thank you for partnering with us, and congratulations again on receiving your TEFA award. We're excited about the year ahead.